Hi, I'm Dr. Ted Beebes, and this is our sixth and final video in our initial series on the management operating system. Today, we'll close a continuous loop by seeing how the daily operations are fed into the system's front end in the forecasting and planning steps. I hope you find this informative and helpful, and please leave a comment. Through the first 5 videos of this series, we have seen how Sam, Jenna, and Fred defined, built, and implemented their management operating system. We have seen how the key measures led to the standard data, which in turn fed the tools and practices for assigning, following up, evaluating, and reporting. The data can now be fed back into the front end and combined with forecasting practices, which will aid Sam in annual planning and thus closing the continuous improvement loop. To give himself the best possible information from which to plan, Sam starts with his annual forecast. Jenna and Fred provide their daily, weekly, and monthly production reports. This data provides an historical view of what they've accomplished and the trends going forward. Sam also uses the sales and economic data from his sales manager, Jerome, and this data provides him with an idea of what is to come. Using his own annual production forecast worksheet, Sam combines the standard data expectations with the forecasted widget volume. The result is a forecasted production need in terms of the number of hours required. In this example, we can see the forecast for the widgets making up the green production line is 20,000 units next year. When multiplied by the RE for each station, we see the number of forecasted production hours. As we add each additional production line, we get an idea of the total minimum production hour requirements forecasted for each station. The next step is to determine the actual number of production hours that will be required. Sam knows as good as they are that his team does not run at 100% productivity or efficiency, nor does he expect them to. Sam uses the historical data from the daily, weekly, and monthly reports to determine the target productivity levels. Dividing the forecasted production hours by the target productivity, Sam calculates the production hours required to meet the forecast. Next, Sam calculates the number of shifts based on an 8-hour day that will be required and therefore the staffing needs for each station. The assembly stations require some additional calculations. Since they are the slowest part of the overall production line, they require the most production hours and the most man hours. Breaking down the lines, Sam determines the green line will need the most hours at 6,250 or 782 shifts. This in turn will require to staff and run a little more than 3 lines per day to meet the forecasted volume. Luckily, the blue line and black line will not require as many hours. Sam figures he will be able to shift people from those lines when needed to meet the needs of the green line or run extra shifts. In all, Sam now has the data he needs to plan on a monthly, weekly, and daily basis, make the appropriate assignments, follow up on progress, and make the needed adjustments in a timely fashion. While the MOS does not fix all of Sam's problems, it does provide him a more proactive approach to his business. He can plan according to the forecast, adjust according to the needs, and when he is away, he is able to remain informed and catch up on information quickly and reliably. This has been the final chapter in our MOS video series. There are many ways to construct and implement your own MOS. Much of it depends on your business and personal needs. I hope this series has provided some insight and helpful information. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or would like to discuss anything in this video, please contact me at tnbeebes@tnbbpmconsulting.com.